Gail will cover the more advanced topics. I'm not assuming any previous knowledge, so for some of you, some of what I cover will be a little bit basic, but for some of you, you'll really appreciate it because when Gail comes up, he will cover the more advanced sections. So the first sort of and most important part of search engine optimization is figuring out how search engines work. And the real question is, what does Google want? Right? So imagine you're Google. What do you want? Now, a lot of people think that Google is, a do-gooder. They produce nice videos and do, Google Plus and Gmail and give everything away for free. But the fact is, they're still a corporation, and corporations want to make money, right? So how does Google make money? Well, there are sort of two ways that Google makes money, and this is quite basic but very important. The first is, there's one predominant way and then a whole bunch of other ways, but the predominant way is through pay-per-click or Google AdWords. So the PPC or paid search results on the top and on the side are how Google make their money. And the way that they do that is every time you click on one of those search results, Google get paid a certain amount of money. Now that can range anywhere from 0.01 to, what do you think is the most that you can pay for a click? What's that? $55. For what industry? Insurance. That's the one. Well done. Wow. About 15% goes to the AdWords section, which means that the majority of people click on the natural search results. Who here clicks on the paid search results ever? Okay, so no one, pretty much. So everyone clicks on the natural search results, and that's where the money is. So Google wants to get more clicks. How do they get more clicks? By getting more traffic. How do they get more traffic? By making sure that people use their service. And how do they make sure that people use their service? By making sure that they are delivering the best results. So the big question is, what are the best search results? Let's not go to that one yet. So the best search results used to be all about relevance, right? If you give someone the most relevant results, then you're going to be sort of put to the top of Google. Now, the big issue is, since the market has evolved, relevance is assumed almost for the top couple of results. So how do I determine which result is going to be the top? And the answer is that relevance is definitely a way to look at it, but the entire user experience is now exceptionally important. So user experience is almost the ground basis metric behind how we advise clients to go for what we advise clients to go for in terms of their website design. Because no matter what you do in terms of linking or on page, or no matter what you do, Google will always want to give the best user experience in the organic search. That's why people use their engine. So if you focus on that as the ground basis, then you can never go wrong. Okay, so moving on, there are two parts of the more technical aspects of search engine optimization. The first is on-page, and the second is off-page SEO. To describe this very briefly, on-page SEO is when the Google crawler comes into your website, crawls your website, sees what's going on, and then attributes a relevancy, a topic of relevancy to that web page. So that's when Google comes onto your site. The second part, off-page SEO, is where they look at the links pointing towards your site to see what those links say, how many links there are, the quality of the links, the diversity, how quickly the links are made, all that sort of thing. Because we have certain clients who came to us or just post-Panda update saying the content's perfect, the linking's perfect, everything's perfect, and we took a look at their site and said, compare this site to the top site in your industry. Compare the two, and tell me which one you think deserves to be at the top. All right, and the one which deserved to be at the top was at the top. It wasn't optimized correctly, but it really did have the best user experience, and the algorithm figured out a way to do that. Page SEO is about the links that you build to your website. So as on-page SEO was about what was on your website, off-page SEO is about how you build links to the website to be able to signal to Google the relevancy of your website to certain keywords. Now, Gail, I think, is going to cover a large part of this. So I'm only going to sort of, I'm going to touch on, just mention the three points which I consider to be the most effective for off-page optimization. The first is guest blog posts. The second is social media engagement, so getting links from places like Facebook and Twitter and that sort of thing. And the third is through leveraging your partners. And this is all things that Gail will talk about. Let me give you an example just from our website. So we wanted to rank for the term SEO management, which we do now. And the way that we did that was I wrote a letter to the editor at Elance, and I also wrote to Odesk, but they didn't reply. And I said, look, a lot of your customers are people who want to know about search engine optimization. Can I possibly write an article for you? They said yes. So I wrote an article. It was a very high-quality article. It actually got sent to the global distribution list as a headline article, which really blew up traffic to our site. But based on this article, the anchor text, the article pointed back to our website with the text SEO management as part of it, as part of the text which linked back from the Elance website. And just on the basis of that link, we managed to we jumped to the first page, which is an SEO term which is relatively competitive, Final case study, just putting it all together. One of our clients is Athlon Sports. We came to them, we started working with them in May, I believe, and they said to us, okay, we're at 30,000 hits a month, which is about 1,000 a day. If you can take us to 1 million, we'll fly you to a Longhorns game. Okay? It's pretty good, some clients pay a lot of money, other clients incentivize the team in this way. Pretty good incentivization. So I think we're at around 600, 700,000 now? 700,000. That's in the space of 4 months, which is incredible. And the key factors to success of this, if I was to put it down to three things, it would be quality content, community involvement, and search engine awareness. Now, I'll just talk about them really briefly. And through this, Athlon Sports, does anyone know what Athlon Sports is, by the way? You guys are in university, so have you heard of this? It's a national college football magazine, or college sports magazine, rather. The three things, quality content, community involvement, and search engine awareness. And through that, they got onto the first page, look, literally below NCAA and ESPN for terms like college football, which obviously are exceptionally competitive. All right, so, okay, how did they do this? All right, let's break this down a little bit. First, quality and constant content. Athlon Sports as a company has great writers who write compelling content and write it all the time. I think they have a team of, I don't know, is it 7 or is that 17?
Yeah, I mean, they do have guest writers as well, so they have a lot of people.
Yeah, they have a lot of people who write content, but it's regularly updating. It's a lot of content, right? Content does quite a few positive things to your website, and Gail will probably go into content a little more. But when you have compelling content, how do you think you can tell if content is compelling? What's the big thing that indicates that to you? Shares. Exactly, the shares, right? So the more shares content has, the more compelling that you know it is. Now, and the more free backlinks that you get to your content, all right? So that's what Athlon Sports have done. Really focused on creating very positive and quality content, and work with us on the search engine awareness of that content, which is what we'll go into in a second. But the second part, which is related to the shares, is the community involvement. So this page is literally filled with the ability to share, like, tribe, tweet, dig, stumble, blog. I don't even know how many more there are. Tweet, yeah, it's absolutely amazing how many different areas, how much potential there is to share content here. All right, so they've given the community the involvement to be able to do this, and below it, I believe that there are comments as well where you can leave comments. And because of the nature of the content, and look at this, the most surprising starts. You are going to have people contributing to this in the discussion, which then adds more content into your page, and is an indication to Google that, hey, this is a really high quality page. Okay? So that's the second point, community involvement. The third point is really general search engine awareness. So it was hard for me to come up with this third point because there were so many factors involved in this. But if you have a look at it, okay, the initial things which were, the 20%, i.e., the heading, the title, college football is in the title. The heading, the heading has college football in it. The title has, I don't have the title up there, but I'm sure it was a well-constructed title. College football is within the first line. The ad to content ratio, they have only one ad to the rest of the page. It's not, some magazines and websites have, are basically replete with ads. They have also done things like, and this is what I mean by search engine awareness. Behind this picture is what we call an alt image tag, which basically is the description of the image for Google. Right? It's a specific tag. So they've filled that in, and I'm sure it says something like Iowa State college football star or whoever that is. What was the final thing that they... Oh, that's right. The final thing that they did was they've actually done a lot of research onto what keywords are being searched for the most and try to include these keywords and include those themes and topics into that content as well. So they're very aware of their writers. We took time out of, which is very, very rare for us because usually most clients just pay and then don't want to hear about search engine optimization until they rank. Right? But Athlon Sports, a company that went from 30,000 to 700,000 hits within a very short space of time, really cared about what was going on, took an active role in making sure that they had quality content, good search engine, good community involvement, and the keywords within their articles, well-researched articles with keywords that people were looking at and looking for. So I think that's kind of the end of my speech.